Hey y'all, welcome to today's asynchronous video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a couple of different problems. This first one is going to be a two-parter. So in this problem, we are told two parking garages charge different entrance fees and prices per hour. Garage A's prices for parking are shown in the graph below. Garage B charges a $5 initial fee to enter and then charges an additional $1 for every hour. So we are told to write an equation for the cost of both garages and to use your equations to determine which garage charges more after 5 hours. So again, I know that sounds like a lot, but let's break it down to this first part where I want to know garage A's prices for parking. So in order to figure that out, we'll go ahead and just isolate everything out. First, starting with garage A. So garage A's graph is shown right here. It is the only piece of information that we are going to look at right now. First thing I want to know is how to write an equation in y equals mx plus b form. And again, to do that, we're going to start off by looking for this b value. So I'm just going to write a blank equation over here. And we're going to start by looking for our b value. In this case, b is going to be on my y-axis. Looks like it's about right there. And I'd say that's 1. This looks like my b, oops. To erase that. So in this case, my b value is going to just be 1. 1. And again, what that tells me in context of my problem is I am paying $1 for an entrance fee. And now I want to try and figure out how much am I getting charged per hour that I'm in this parking garage. So again, this x-axis here tells me my hours. My y-axis tells me the dollars I am spending. Oops, dollars that we spend. So now if I go over 1 hour, I'm going to have to go up $2. Again, what this tells me is that my slope is going to look like 2 over 1. Again, this is telling me $2 per 1 hour. That can simplify down to just 2. And that's what I'm going to write here into my equation. So for garage A, my equation is going to look like y equals 2x plus 1. Again, if you're following along, you want to take that down as a note, definitely screenshot it. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead into problem number, or part 2 of this problem, looking at garage B. Go ahead and clear that information out. Now let's talk about garage B. Again, we just found garage A's prices. Looks like y equals 2x plus 1. But now let's look at the information that they have given us for garage B. So for garage B, it tells me that they charge an initial fee of $5 to enter, then charges an additional $1 for every hour. So a couple of things I want to highlight here. Remember these sight words that we began talking about from yesterday? Our main sight words for slope included every, each, and per. So since I see every right here, this is going to tell me that my clue for what my slope is going to be in this box. Since it's telling me that I have a 1 for every hour, my slope is going to be 1. And since I am told the initial fee, again, remember our sight words for y-intercepts / initial value are anything that sounds like something you would do first. So what is the first thing that I am being charged, the first step that we are taking, the first amount of money that we have in our bank, all of those different circumstances in our problem? In this case, that is going to be 5. So that tells me that my B is going to equal 5. So when I put both of these together, I am going to get an equation that looks like y equals 1x plus 5. So now I have answered this part of my equation. I have written an equation for both of those garages. And now here is where the second part is going to come into play, and something that we're going to be talking about a little bit more come Friday. It's how to apply these problems to future events. So in this case, what happens after 5 hours? Which garage is going to charge more? So again, here I have garage A with its equation of y equaling 2x plus 1. And over here, we have garage B. Its equation of y equals 1x plus 5. So again, let's think back to what these mean. What do my units mean? And how can I interpret all of this? So again, in my problem, I am told for every hour, I am being charged $1. And if we think back to our graph, on that graph, the y-axis was the dollar amounts, the x-axis was the hours. So this tells me after 5 hours, I'm going to substitute in that 5 for my x in both of these problems. And I want to know which one is going to charge more. So is it going to be garage B, where I'm substituting a 5 in for my x, or garage B? Again, we are substituting in right now. So again, right now what this problem tells me is I'm taking 2 times 5 plus 1. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 gives me a total of 11. So after 5 hours, garage A is charging me $11. After 5 hours, again, that's 1 times 5, so I got 5 plus 5 gives me 10. Garage B charges me $10. So to answer the question, which one charges more? In this case, we would say garage A charges more. I know this was a long video, but again, keep in mind the key skills that we practiced throughout it. If at any point you need to go back, rewind, absolutely please feel free to do so. Otherwise, continue on with the problem.